guys, it's me, Al the Wolf, and welcome to Wolfy's Cameras. This is a video series where we take old school cameras, weird cameras, plastic cameras, and we take a bunch of cool photos at furry events on film. In today's episode, we're going to be using the box camera. This is Agfa's 1930s box camera. The very first box camera that came out on the market back in 1888 was Eastman Kodak's Brownie camera. These cameras were quite popular back in the 19th century. Box cameras are basically point-and-shoot cameras that take one roll of B2 film. In today's time, it's called 120 film, or just 120mm film. But photographers call it medium format film because it's bigger than 35mm film. The Agfa box camera contains two viewfinders, a shutter switch, time, which is basically long exposure, diaphragm, red windows on the back, and a wind-up film gear. Oh yeah, and this lens. So the question remains, how to use this camera? First thing first, you gotta put the film in the camera. By doing this, you gotta pull the gear out of the camera, open up the back door of the camera, and let this little box thing pop out. From there, you grab your medium format film, and you load it onto the bottom of it, and gently pull out the paper slowly. Once you bring the paper all the way around the camera, you basically load it onto the top spool of the camera. From there, gently roll up the paper onto the spool. From there, put that box thingy into the camera, lock the gear back inside, and then from there, wind up the film with that gear, and then look on the back of your box and keep winding up the gear until you see a number on the back of that red window. When you see the number appear on the red window, you're all set and ready to go. But how do you take pictures with this camera? First, you gotta look at the viewfinder from this angle, or that angle, but not this angle. Once you match up your shot, you click on the shutter button down here. And then from there, you just took your first pic. Okay, so right now, we're gonna take this camera to a furry event to get some photos on film. So we'll be right back in 2 days. Okay everyone, we're back from the event. So far, the images on film actually look pretty cool. I mean, you guys gotta look at this. It's awesome. So I've noticed that this camera creates the whole Lomo effect. It feels like I'm using one of those cheap plastic cameras from lomography, but in reality, I never use any camera from lomography for this project. For those of you who are not familiar about the whole Lomo effect, basically, there are some old cameras out there that have bad quality that makes the images look more dreamy or retro. It's actually quite popular in today's time because people want to go for more of the lo-fi look in their images. The cameras from lomography actually create these effects on film. But when I bought the box camera, I wasn't expecting to have that effect on my film. But so far, the images actually look pretty cool. Now, I know people are thinking, okay, how much does this camera cost? Well, 30 bucks. Not bad, but hey, it's a good price. You can buy these at garage sales for about 10 to 20 bucks at the garage sales. The reason why people sell these cameras for a low price is because they think that there's no film available for these cameras. But in reality, they actually do sell films like these available on the market. You can buy the films online or at one of those camera shops in your local area, if you have one. Speaking of films, for this project, I've actually used positive film instead of negative film. But you guys are thinking, okay, what is positive film? This is positive film, and this is negative film. See the difference? You see, positive film is basically film in colors. But they also call it slide film too. The reason why they call it slide film is because you can basically put these films into a slide projector. Basically, one of these things, which is really cool. Unfortunately, you can't put 120 film in these projectors, but you can put 35mm film in those projectors. So why do we use slide film for this project? You see, we never worked with slide film in the past. We always worked with negative films, but we never worked with slide film. So we thought it'd be a fun experience to use slide film for the first time. Plus, the whole Kodak Ektachrome film became quite popular in 2018, so we've actually made this video in 2018. But it's really sad that companies like Agfa Film and Fujifilm are no longer going to make any slide films on the market, because Fujifilm wants to focus on digital cameras or instant film cameras right now in today's time. So basically, they're trying to save a lot of money in the market by getting rid of their film, which sucks because they're usually known for their films. So you got companies like Film Photography Project and Kodak keeping the art of analog photography alive in today's time. Anyways, sorry for going off topic, but about the box camera. The camera is very simple and easy to use. It makes the images look more lo-fi and retro, it's lightweight to carry around, and the film is pretty easy to load into the camera too. But the downside to this camera is you can only take up to 8 exposure shots. Basically, you can only take up to 8 photos, and that's it. I've also noticed that the shutter speed on this camera is not that good. So you would have to put this camera on a tripod, or you would have to hold it really still to get a good photo of your subject on film. Unfortunately, this camera has no flashers, so therefore you would have to take a photo of your subject outside in the sunlight. Even though this is not one of those manual cameras, it's basically one of those point and shoot cameras. As for the rating of this camera, I would give it about 3 stars. It's an okay camera, but it's not the best. But I don't like the shutter speed on that camera. Alright folks, that's about it. If you like this video, go ahead, like and subscribe today. Thank you all so much for watching this lovely video here on YouTube, and have a wonderful day guys, alright? Peace out, and stay awesome. Hello everyone, and thank you all so much for watching this lovely video here on YouTube. Now, if you want to help us put out more content like this on YouTube, or if you want to help us put out more interesting projects here on the channel, go ahead and support us on patreon.com today. The links are in the description below. And also, if you guys don't want to miss out on our content, here on YouTube, go ahead and click on the bell button today. Alright folks, that's about it. Have a wonderful day, and stay awesome.